Well, I appreciate you tuning into this short devotion today. I've titled it The Oldest Trick in the Book. I remember when I was young in my faith, in my Christian faith, I went through from time to time little bouts of depression. And to be honest, I would always usually pull away from church and not go. And, to me, much of the time, no one at church seemed to take the time to talk to me, especially the pastor. And so after being gone a couple of weeks, I still wouldn't hear from the pastor. And so I'll have to admit now, looking back, that unbeknown to him, this was my little test. I was going to see how long it took for me to be gone before he would reach out to me. If I heard from him, then I knew he cared. And if I didn't touch base with me, then my complaint about him was justified all along. And oh, yes, I did hear from a couple of other people in the church. That was nice, but I wanted to hear from the pastor. So I waited and waited, and finally, after 4 or 5 weeks, I got an email from him asking how I was doing. I thought, wow, finally he noticed. So I kind of lied to him, of course, and told him, well, I'm doing okay, just needed some time away. And so the next time I went back to church, guess what? You guessed right. The pastor didn't look up where I was at, didn't say anything to me, so I didn't come back the next Sunday. Now, if someone else in church asked me about what was going on, why were you hitting and missing all the time? I would just complain about, well, the pastor, he obviously doesn't care about me or probably anybody else. Now, many years later, as I grew in my faith, I became now a leader in a church. I suddenly got to experience things now from the other side, so to speak. I would start hearing complaints then about how I walked by somebody and didn't say hello, or how David obviously doesn't care if I'm there or not, and other similar complaints as when I was younger. And I've learned that this is now the oldest trick in Satan's playbook for both those in leadership and for those in the church family. Satan knows that Jesus, he's the head. He's the head of the church, and it's the whole church's responsibility to help each other grow in their faith when each member is doing their part. The pastor, the elder, the deacon, they're just one person. They were never designed by God to meet everyone's needs. Paul even speaks about this in Ephesians 4. He goes, speak the truth in love, and then grow up in every way into Christ, who is the head, from whom the whole body, when they're joined together, held together by every joint with which it is equipped, when each part is working properly, makes the whole body grow and it builds itself up in love. Doesn't sound like a one man show to me. Now, as I grow older, I realize that we don't go to church to get, but we go to give. If we would go to church with the mindset of being a blessing to our brothers and sisters and doing our part in encouraging them to grow in their faith, then we probably would not have time to worry if our needs are being met. There's an old saying, and I know it's true, if you want a smile, give a smile. So the next time you feel like complaining that you're not getting what you need, then start giving what someone else needs, and you will find joy. And at the same time, you'll be destroying Satan's playbook. Something to think about, dear friends. Till next time, may God richly bless you.